Following the elections for us. Polls opened early this morning. Mweli, good morning to you again. How have things been going since you've been there?
A very good morning to you, Leah. I must say that voting has been smooth since the polling stations opened this morning. But we started at a polling station where the president of the country, Armando Guebuza, voted together with his wife. But what we are seeing here is huge interest in the presidential elections from journalists from all over the world, most probably because of the events that happened before the elections. You'll know that there were conflicts between the ruling party Frelimo and also the opposition party Renamo, whereby its leader Afonso Dhlakama was demanding that there should be political reforms, there should be electoral reforms, and also his members or his soldiers be incorporated into the armed forces of government.
Now, I know that we spoke to you earlier, the outgoing Mozambican president, Armando Guebuza, has cast his vote. His wife was with him. Tell me a little bit more about this. He was at the Josina Michel Secondary School in Maputo. What was it like?
Yes, Armando Guebuza was at the Josina Michel Secondary School where he voted. And after voting, he said, he confirmed that he is now going to pass over the reins to the presidential candidate of Frelimo, Philip Nyusi. We are now at Polana Secondary School, where that candidate has just voted, together with the Renamo candidate, Afonso Dhlakama. But we'll see as the day progresses, because you can see that there's long queues already at these voting stations. Probably that is what is happening at other voting stations across the country.
I've read reports of this particular voting station. Obviously, with the outgoing president, there is a very busy voting station. But I am reading some reports of some quiet voting stations around the country. One, in fact, that we're reporting here at the SABC is Tandabantu Primary School in Giyani, where the elections got off to a very, very slow start there. Any reports of other places where there are hardly any queues and Mozambicans are not really going out to vote, or is this perhaps an isolated incident?
From here, we will be going to the outskirts of Maputo, probably the areas where they are quite rural. We'll try to see, because they've mentioned that the Electoral Commission mentioned that it might be easy for people in town, especially here in Maputo, to exercise their right to vote. But for those people in rural areas, some of the areas are very remote, that it will need them to get transport to go to voting stations. But we will monitor that and see what goes on.
Yeah, most definitely. I do believe that here in South Africa there's some voting stations as well for some Mozambicans that would like to go out and cast their votes, and those polling stations will be opening. I'm reading that there's some of them, they're able to start casting their votes. There are 32 voting stations in Mpumalanga and Limpopo, according to the Mozambican consulate. So it's very important. How's it looking for the Mozambican democratic movement there? What are supporters saying?
Well, the Mozambique Democratic Movement is said to be one of the fastest growing political parties in Mozambique. Looking into the fact that in the previous municipal elections, it won 90% of the vote here in Maputo, which shows that they are getting support from young people. People are saying that it's time that there are changes in the education system in the country. People are saying that there should be changes also in the health system in the country. Because some of them, the people we spoke to, they're saying that the challenges that are facing Mozambique mainly is the problems of poverty, the high rate of poverty, the high rate of unemployment. So they are hoping that whoever is going to win these elections is going to consider those challenges and try to address them. And also, now that there is a discovery of abundant coal and gas reserves in the country, people of this country are hopeful that those reserves will help in terms of growing the economy of Mozambique. and many people are expected to benefit from that.
All right. Mweli Masilela updating us there from Maputo. As you heard, he'll be moving out to some of the more rural, remote areas in Mozambique where the elections are currently underway. 10 million voters expected out there today, so we'll watch that very closely and report back to you.